I'd probably say that one of the most spiritual experiences on my mission was when I was in Ellsworth, Maine. I was going through the area book, and there was a man by the name of Josh. And on this teaching record, it said he was baptized and went less active 1 week later. And then big lettering that took up multiple lines, it says, "Lost cause, don't waste your time." And I'm like, pretty sure Jesus died to say there is no lost causes. So I turned to my companion, and I'm like, we should go visit Josh. And he's like, no, my trainer warned me, do not go to Josh's house. And I was like, I think we should go to Josh's house. And he goes, no. And I knew that if we went and we weren't unified, nothing good was going to happen. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm like, we should go to Josh's house. And finally, it was the last week of the transfer. I'm like, Elder, I really think we should go to Josh's house. And so he's like, okay, fine. So we knock on this door, and this guy opens up. He's got this big beard, pierced earrings, frizzly hair everywhere. Look on his wall, and there's like shrunken heads. And I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't be at Josh's house. And he looks at us, and he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, we felt like we should come over and see you. And he like let his shoulders down, and he goes, my boys aren't here. They'll be here next Saturday. Can you come over and teach them the lessons? And we're like, what? And so we come over the next Saturday, and we taught his kids the lessons, and he goes, okay, so come over again in 2 weeks when they come over. And I'm like, Josh, we're not going to teach your kids and baptize your kids. And he's like, what? And I'm like, we'll teach your kids, but if they're getting baptized, you have to do it. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is a family gospel. You need to come around, and you need to make sure that you're the one to baptize your kids. Not only can you, it is your right to do so. No one else should take that from you. And so it was amazing to just see like that change in his life, especially because, he cut his earrings out. It was really cool using good old metal clippers to cut his earrings out of his ears and using earrings, and to see him shave and to do all these different things and to start trying. Josh isn't a perfect man, but he is one of those perfect examples of how to use the atonement to become a better person. And I still remember that our mission president came up for Josh's ordination to the priesthood, and he watched him be ordained to the Aaronic priest and become a priest, and then to baptize his son that day. And our mission president's like, you can tell when they're prepared. And he goes, and not only is he prepared, and he patted the son on the back, but he looked at Josh and he goes, you believe in the atonement, you're prepared too. And it was amazing to have that vindication that like it was all real. And to see the entire change from that to all of a sudden he was trying to share the gospel with his friends. And so that was probably one of my favorite experiences on my mission, is to see that transformation in his life and to recognize and to see that. Right before I left Gardner, Maine for my last year in Cornish, I was sitting there and I wanted to stay in Gardner and finish my mission there. I'm like, I only have 3 months left. I didn't need to go. And so I asked the bishop to give me a blessing. And I'm like, I'm going to go. I just was like some comfort. And I was told that there was someone there that I was supposed to help find. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. I need to go to Cornish now. And I still remember vividly, we were sitting there, we're preparing to go to a member's house for dinner. And my companion's like, this member knows everything. The Huppies they used to live in Washington. He's in the bishopric. They're 100% home teachers. They already know the gospel. We're not going to share anything. I'm like, well, their son Tucker's preparing to go on a mission. At very least, we can talk to him about receiving the Melchizedek priesthood and preparing to go to the temple. And I'm like, we should tie that in with the plan of salvation. He goes, okay, fine, that's what we'll do. And so we show up at their house, and that was our plan. And they're like, we're so thankful you came over. The missionaries kept on not coming over. And we're like, what? And they're like, the brother Hupp is like, my mother's a non-member, and we're trying to see if we want to listen to the lessons. We've been trying for like 30 years. And he goes, I think she's almost to the point right now where she'll listen to the lessons. And so we invite her in, and we teach the lesson, and we are talking about this celestial kingdom, and she stops. And we're like, she's going to ask us to teach her. And she looks at us and looks down, and looks at her son, and looks over at us and says, it's time for me to be a Mormon, and you two are the boys to do it. Will you teach me and baptize me? And then just to see her son just like instantly almost like burst into tears. She's like, what? You want to get baptized? And she's like, it's time. And to see that and just to talk to her and ask her, what changed? She's just like, I don't know what it was. It just felt right with the two of you. It was an amazing experience to end my mission on, to know that, nothing I did. I just shared the same gospel that every other missionary shares. But to know that the Lord had called me to be in Cornish, Maine at that point in my life. Had I gone on my mission earlier in my life, or had I not gone on my mission, that never would have happened. But because I went when I was supposed to go, and I was where I was supposed to be, she was able to join the church and to get baptized. And she got baptized, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks before I came home. And so it was amazing to see how that small little thing led to someone joining the church and that family now being able to be together forever. And so